Since we are going to use Livewire in our project, let's get Livewire installed in our project to go forward, because I'm going to, in the next step, basically, we are going to edit the channel. We'll provide the ability to the user to edit the channel, whether the name, slug, description, and so on. And then also we are going to use the file upload, which is basically an avatar for the channel. So let's get this out of our way. Livewire is basically something that you can use instead of using the JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript, or Vue, React in your project, or jQuery. It's kind of doing it like on a server side. It looks like a server side, but it will do the back end for you. It will send the Ajax request to the back end. It's kind of very simple when you start using it. So you can go to the documentation, of course, but in our case, we'll go to the docs, and then we'll start installing it. So for the installation, we are going to use the composer required Livewire / /Livewire. We'll go to our terminal, and we're going to install it. So once that installed, also we need to publish the configuration. So we need to add also Livewire styles of Livewire scripts in the app, on the template, or the main template in our project. There is two ways you can do it, either with this format, at Livewire styles, at Livewire scripts, or you can do with this format also. It is all possible. So before that, let me just publish the configuration. So if you need, just go there and publish the configuration. So the configuration is published. Instead, in case we need to modify anything, this is if you want to change the assets. We're not going to touch it. So the next step is basically to go to that Livewire styles, or the main template in our project, and we add Livewire styles in the head and Livewire script before the body. So let's go there. Okay, so we'll go to the views under the layout. This is our main template, and we are going to use this under the before the head. We can say Livewire styles, and before the body we will add also Livewire scripts. So we are ready now. So if you want to install the component, now it's ready, but we need to test it. So we can install the component by using the PHP artisan command, Livewire and it's make Livewire, and then you can put the name of the component. So we can start putting this under the channel, for example, folder, and then we can say edit channel. So I'm going to create, you can mention here for yes or no for the stars in the GitHub, but basically it will create two files for you. One is the class, and one is the view. The class is basically to has the properties that will be passed to the view, and then you can show the properties as in the on the view. So if we go to this class now, just to test it, you can go to, it will be under the HTTP, and then there will be Livewire. This is the class. Now it has render mount, render only. We can, for example, here, just for testing purposes, and this we can create one public method called name, for example, and then this name will be automatically inserted on the render for this view in the Livewire, and we can use it. Let's say name is equal, for example, Ahmed. So this should be now logically is available in this template, and this template will be under the, of course, the views, and then it will be under Livewire, and then edit. We can here put only like we do normally in the blade, like this. So it will be like this. Now in order to test this, we need to make a route, of course. So let's make one test route. Let's make one test route here. Let me delete everything here, and then we can say route get test, and then we can do closure here, because I would like to just test the view, retain view, I will make another also test, and I will include the template inside test. So I'll go to the views, and then I'm going to create test.blade.php. Of course, I'm going to copy maybe from home everything. Go to the test, and then we gonna include here inside the, I'm going to delete everything inside the body of, or I'm going to delete everything inside the car. I'm sorry, inside the body. Okay, and here I'm going to include the template. So in order to include the template, we can mention it like this: Livewire, and then the name of the template, which is basically channel dot edit channel. This is the name of the folder, and this is the name of the template. We can mention it like this. If we go back to our project and we run, let's run test and see. So unable to find component channel. So it looks that it cannot find this one. If we go to our project and see what's going on, it looks fine here, but if we go to the template Livewire, of course I did one mistake here because it does not create the folder here. So I'm going to delete this one and delete everything. This is good at happening, so we can learn about this one. So we can go back and create again this one, and then we can do the backslash again, so it will create the folder. Let's make sure that the folder is created now, and now it should be working fine. If we go to the Livewire and then channel, under channel, then we have this component edit channel. So if we go back and see, do refresh, then this is working fine, but it's not printing the name. So if we go, yeah, of course, because that was deleted. So again, I'll go to the edit channel, and then I'm going to pass one property here called public name equal Ahmed, for example. This should be available in our template again. So now it will be available in our template, and we can just pass it like this, maybe h1, and we can pass the name. Okay, and then everything should be working fine now, as you see here. So we could bind the name. Also, we could bind to the input, as we will see in the next video when we'll do the edit form for the channel. So it's very simple. Just install it. Let's go and summarize that. What we did here, we just install the Livewire component. We add it to the main template, and then we include. If we go also here, how to render the components, we render it this way. And also there is another way you can do it with the @rate, but we use this one. So we can also pass the properties, as we will see on the next videos. Before moving and enable the edit form and add the form here for editing the channel, I think it will be good to have more example of properties or model binding or data binding in Livewire. So we are going to make some examples here. So as we have seen on the edit channel class, we have a property called name, and also we have a render function, which is basically render the view. In this view also, we already just printing or echoing the name. So let's assume that I want to make an input here, and in this input I want to bind it with the model called, or the property called name. So in this case, we are using something called wire format, and then model, and then we give it the name of property, which is basically in this case is the name. So this is like something like in view. If you're coming from view, then you can use like vmodel or vtext and so on. So this is similar approach from also Livewire. So if I go now to the project and then refresh, then we're going to see like a model binding here. And if I change something, then of course it's going to be changed. So another example I would like to see also to show here is, let's assume that I have form here, and I want to function to submit, action submit. In this case, I'm not going to use the action. I'm going to use wire and then submit.prevent, and then the name of the function there, let's assume it's called submit, which should be in the class. So I'm going also to move this one inside it, and then I'm going to add here the button for submit, type submit, and then we can call it submit. But now we need to build this method inside the class. So let's assume we will build the method here called submit, and then we can do dd, for example, die-dump something is like submitted. So let's go to the site and just refresh it. So I have submit here. If I click there, then the value is submitted, or dd, and it's, you can see it is like pop-up for Livewire, different than Laravel, which is basically it will print inside the page itself. So there are a lot of things. You can go to documentation like actions, events, lifecycle. We're gonna touch some of them, like validation of the form, file upload, mainly in this course, but there are a lot of things that you can do in Livewire.